for being here. I know you have many other channels to watch and things to do, so I totally appreciate the time you're taking to watch this video. This is my beginning nail journey. As you could see, I did put episode 4 on here and skip number 3 because basically I intended to record the very first set of nails that I was going to be doing on my neighbor. If you haven't watched my previous video, I have tried to do this on a certain sequence, and I showed you on episode 2 that I was on my way to my neighbor's house, who was so kind to let me borrow her hand so that I could practice on her. And that was my first set, and I wanted to show it to you, but the images for some reason were not downloading on my phone, so it took me forever and I still wasn't able to do it. In the meantime, I decided to do my daughter's nails, and this is what you're seeing here. So because I didn't want to wait any longer from posting, I went ahead and posted this one prior to my neighbor's video. But I do intend on hopefully recovering some of the images, even if it's not the full video. I do hope on posting at least some of the images so that you can see. I want to be raw and real about how they turned out. I know they weren't the best. It was my first set after not practicing for a while, and so again, I want to show that to you. By the way, guys, I'm sure you have already noticed by now, but please excuse my nails, excuse my hands. I do chores at home and I haven't done my nails in a while, so that's another video coming up where I'll be doing my own nails. Here I'm removing the nail that I had just glued because I cut it too short. And so I ended up gluing another one and I cut it to the right size. So yeah, like I was telling you, I was a beginner, and I know some of you may be confused about what I mean by beginner. If so, I invite you to watch my first 2 videos where I tell you a little bit more about my story. But the reason why I decided to do this channel is so that I can encourage myself to practice more, so that I can get feedback from you guys, and maybe any tips that you guys may have, that would be greatly appreciated. But anyways, what you're seeing here is me shaping my daughter's nails. She wanted them in that shape. She does not like coffin style. She prefers almond. So that's what you're seeing me doing. What I did is I cut the sides of the nails with a nail clipper and I shaped them. I really like to take my time and shape the nails prior to adding the acrylic. That way I can start creating a base to which which will help me, so that when I apply the acrylic, the base is already set for me and I don't have to do much filing afterwards. In here I'm filing the basically the connection of the fake nail with my daughter's nails. I do it very lightly. You did see me skipping some images because the video turned out to be so long that I decided to just show you a few nails as I did that. Here's my daughter showing you what they look like without the acrylic, but just with the shaping of the form. She was pretty happy at that point, but prior to me adding the acrylic, I go ahead and clean out with the alcohol wipe. And this is what I'll be using. I am using Mia Secret Cover Powder, Cover Nude Blush to be exact. And feel free to pause the video and rewind it a little bit if you want to see exactly what it's called or what it looks like. Feel free, this will be a good time. And I'm using that as her as the color of choice for her entire nail. She did show me a picture of what she was hoping for, which I will try to insert it here. So that you could see what the expectation is. Now at the end I will be showing you what it ended up looking like, and hopefully I can show you a side-to-side comparison of what the expectation was and what it looked like at the end. And so what you're going to be seeing here is me kind of struggling with this first nail. I don't know if it just happens to me or if it happens to a lot of you or everybody, but when I haven't practiced nails, which I don't, by the way, if you haven't watched my first 2 videos or heard my story, I invite you to watch it so that you can know a little bit more about me, who I am, and why I haven't been practicing nails. But when I don't practice, I feel like my hand feels heavy, and therefore I don't have the exact measurement, if I could call it like that, for me to be able to do a nail with a 3 ball method or 1 or 2 ball method. And so you're gonna see me struggling in the first few nails, and as I get to maybe the fourth, fifth nail, it starts to become easier for me. And sometimes I've been able to do it with 1 ball, another time with 2 or 3. But these first few nails, you're gonna see me putting a lot of acrylic on. But if you notice, the balls of acrylic that I grab are very small, and I'm basically just filling in any little dents that I see. Another thing that I noticed as I'm editing this video and I'm rewatching the scenes is that I tend to put liquid monomer, which is the liquid, the purple liquid that you see there. I tend to spread it on the finger of the person, in this case my daughter. As I'm shaping the nail, it seems like the brush is touching her skin, and I don't know that I should be doing that. I think I shouldn't, so that's something that's going to be a goal of mine, to try not to do that. And so another goal of mine is going to be to try to be consistent with the number of beads that that it takes me to form all of the nail. When I watch videos on YouTube of people who are experts already, and I see that they just do a 1 ball method and they do that for every single nail, it's like so nice because I'm pretty sure their speed is on point. It's fast, and they end up doing the nail in one shot. That's my goal, you guys. But I know I need a lot of practice. But in the meantime, I end up adding little beads to the areas where I believe it needs more. And I keep doing this over and over, which makes me take more time in doing the set. Also, I have noticed that I tend to be a perfectionist when it comes to nails, which is not so good. It's because I can take hours and hours trying to perfect the nail, and even afterwards, as the result is there, I'm always looking at it. The next day I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, or it's missing this, missing that. But I need to let go of that feeling, because it could create fear, and that's what stops us from moving forward. But anyways, I think this would be a good point for me to stop talking a little bit so that you can watch some more of the process as I do it with just some relaxing music on the background. I'll be right back with the positives on things that I like that I'm doing so far. Enjoy. All right, I'm back. I felt that it was important for me to hop right in at this point in the video. As you see me moving her finger around, I'm looking at the parts where I feel like it may be missing more acrylic, and that's what I end up doing. And I actually do this throughout the whole time, guys. So even if on the video you see that it's missing a few little dots here and there, trust me that even though it may not be shown on the video, I go back and I fix whatever I'm able to see. So going back to the positives, one thing that I do like that I have improved on is that I don't wait until the end to shape my nail. Like I said, number one for me is that I make sure that during my prep time, during the initial gluing of the nail and cutting and shaping, that's when I shape it to my liking, so that when the acrylic goes on, the nail starts to look good as it is, and so that at the end it doesn't need much filing. So one of the accomplishments that I have had is that at the end I don't need to file much because I've already done my work with shaping the nail to my liking or the client's liking prior to getting to the filing. So that's a big accomplishment. Another thing is, my hands are what you call, I would say, heavy hands. So I used to press on the brush a lot, and for some reason now I have felt that it's lighter. with the exception of what I already described to you with the first few nails. But now I feel like I hold the brush lighter, so that feels good too. I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited for you guys to see what these ended up looking like. I'm excited about me practicing, about you taking your time to watch this video to support me. And just remember, feel free to give me tips, to give me constructive criticism. Just remember, let's stay positive. This channel is about growing. It's about me growing. It's about us growing. If there's anyone out there who perhaps was in my same situation, just loving nails, wanting to do nails, but for one reason or another not pursuing that, you know, it's never too late. That's what I always say. And so I want this to be a community where we encourage each other, and so that in that there's no criticism here, because we just want to push each other to be better. And you know, who we want to believe in ourselves, and who else than ourselves and each other, right? To help each other out. So just to let you know, this video ended up being long because I showed the entire process, even though I was able to cut some footages. You're not seeing the whole hand or both hands. I'm just showing you basically parts of each process. And the next video may be shorter, again because of the footage, but from there on I may be dividing the videos where one I only do prep work, the next video I'll just show you the acrylic process, and the next one just the design, because I don't want to bore you guys. Again, I'm very appreciative of your time, so I want to make sure to keep practicing and maybe someone learning from me, but I also don't want to bore you. So feel free to let me know in the comments what you would like me to do or how you would like me to do this, and I will do my best to do it that way. Anyways, as you can see here, I am now in the process of shaping the nails after I've already applied the acrylic to all of them. As you could see, there's not much to file, but here I am making sure that I file the sides again, because the acrylic may have messed up the original shape, the sides, the bottom. And here I'm using what you call a 5-in-1 drill bit. It's a medium size drill bit. Let me know if in a future video you want me to put links of the products that I use. But even though the video may seem like I'm doing a back and forth motion, I'm not, you guys. It's only because I fast forwarded the video. This is not real time. But basically when I file in one direction and lift it, then come back to the original point, file and lift it again. So even though it's fast motion, it's not being filed back and forth. It's, you know, one way, lifting, going back to the original point, lifting again. And after I used my 5-in-1, I use this bit, which I feel like helps me to soften up the area of the top. With the other one, I don't know, for some reason I feel like it leaves marks, and so with that one it helps me to even it out. Then I'm using a buffer to again make it softer or shinier, and then to end before I start with the nail polish or the gel polish, like in this case, I go ahead and either ask her to wash her hands, but in this case I went ahead and wiped it with alcohol wipes, and I make sure that I clean the bottom of the nail as well as the sides of the nails. The next thing I'm going to do is apply foundation, which is gel, but it's the foundation, prior to adding the color gel. For those of you that are new to nails or that don't know, normally you would apply foundation, then a coat of color, a second coat of color, and then you would seal that with a top coat. All of this being gel. Now, nowadays, some gel polishes already come with foundation added to it. I haven't tried those, so if you have, feel free to let me know in the comments what you think of it. Is it easier? Is it cheaper? Let us know. We all want to know. But yes, what I have is basically a 4 system, right? Foundation, colors, and then the top coat. And after I'm done with the gel polish, I cure it, meaning I put her hand inside of the UV or LED light for 60 seconds. For those of you that have been doing nails, I'm pretty sure by now you know that at the beginning of the video, I skipped a very important process, which is to add dehydrator, which helps to dry the natural oils of the nail, and primer, which helps the acrylic to attach to your natural nail, which in return makes the nail last longer. And I forgot to add that, you guys. Those are the mistakes of rookies, right? Us that we're beginning. And that is totally okay. I have a sign that says mistakes are proof that you are trying. So that's exactly what I put in my mind. It doesn't matter that I forgot. I'm being raw and real with you guys, and I'm letting you know I didn't have to say it, but I am. That way you know that I'm being very real in this channel. And so I did forget to put that. And I was worried at the end because I thought that they were going to fall out like within 3 days, which it didn't really matter because it was my daughter, and that was only going to benefit me because I was going to get to do a new set on her and practice, right? But I was actually a little disappointed. I was like, no, how could I have forgotten? But luckily, let me tell you, because I had cleaned it with alcohol pads, it did allow for the oils of the nail to dry, and it did allow for the acrylic to stick well to her finger and to the fake nail. Guess how long it took for these nails to fall out? 3 weeks, you guys. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and that's with no primer and no dehydrator. So I think I did pretty good. Yeah, so it took her 3 weeks, and then after that I did a new set, which, spoiler alert, I did get to record the design on that, so I'm going to be showing you. Again, it's going to be a shorter video, but I will get to show you that. I like that one as well. So, but of course, I want you to judge and let me know what you think. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and stop talking again and give you a moment to observe as I do the design. Enjoy. I do want to jump in right here, you guys, as I'm doing this design, to let you know that just because you see it, that I'm doing it a first time, doesn't mean that it came out perfect the first time. This part right here did, and after I finished doing that cross, I went ahead and cured it, meaning I put, again, her hands inside of the UV or LED light for 60 seconds, and then after that I started designing the bow. Now this is the part that took me longer because I don't know, for some reason that circle shape, because I'm a perfectionist, I wanted to look good, and so it took me a few tries, but again, I'm not showing you the entire video here just to save time, but I did want to mention that. Okay, I know that all of us beginners tend to watch videos and it seems like it's so easy, or people do it the first time, and I want to let you know that that doesn't happen to me yet. Hopefully it will in the future, but I'm not there yet. So if you're there, or if you're trying and it doesn't look good at all, Don't worry, let's just keep practicing, and I'm pretty sure we will get better. So what do you think? How does it look so far? Doesn't it look so pretty? I like them. I think that's important, that you like your work, that you improve, that you try to be your best every day, that you try to do better than you did the day before, or beat your own time. Look at that. Look at that. So if you haven't figured it out, it's supposed to be a present in a bow. Look at that. I don't have words right now. I really don't. I can't believe I did that. And she loves it. And that's what matters. That's what makes my heart happy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying until the end if you did. It is my pleasure that you're here. It's an honor for me. Thanks a lot. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.